Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for being a part of the YouTube family. Remember now to encourage your friends, your family to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. I want to encourage you guys to share these videos because on this channel we talk about real life issues. I know I haven't been on for a while, but when I come on, I'm going to hit a subject matter that persons sometimes don't even mention within their relationship. And that's the one we're going to talk about right now. One that is very sensitive, but guess what? Extremely important to the relationship because if not handled carefully, can lead to a lot of tension, a lot of problems, and a lot of issues within the relationship. And guys, yes, we want to talk about money talk in the relationship because some persons don't talk about budgeting, they don't talk about spending, they talk about nothing when it comes to money. As a matter of fact, for some couples, in my experience as a relationship coach and a counselor, is that they tend to say my money is my money and your money is your money, and there's this silent understanding between them that listen, we have rent, we have light, we have food, we have water bill to pay, you contribute, I contribute, and we move on. But while you contribute to the utilities of your house, which is not a bad idea, not a bad idea at all, it cannot be a silent conversation. It has to be an open conversation happen between the couple and between each other. And dare I say, guys, trust me, this conversation should even go as far back as when you are dating, before you even start courting, before engagement, and before marriage. You need to be comfortable with this type of conversation. All right? And so I'm going to leave you with some tips. Yes, again, I'm leaving with tips, and I'm hoping you'll share it with your family and your friends because the tips I'm giving you will only help you to better your relationship with your spouse, your husband, your wife, your family, as we learn to coexist within the same space that we are sharing. One of the acronyms that is used quite frequently within the financial world is the acronym SMART. 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 And we want to get into that acronym right now. Your goals should be specific. Guys, your goals should be specific. State your goals in a few words, what you want to achieve. Long term, short term, or medium. But state them in a few words. If you want to buy a car, is it a long term, short term, or medium term goal? You have to decide that, but state it specifically. Measurable. How will you know you have achieved your goal? How much will this goal that you're planning to achieve, that you have stated specifically, how much is it going to cost you? Okay, you have to get that in line. What persons tend to do, guys, the mistake persons tend to make is that they tend to make a budget from their gross salary. You can't make a budget from your gross salary because your gross salary is basically what is you get before tax. Okay, and then after tax you take home what we call your take home pay, your net pay. Okay, and out of your net pay is what you're now supposed to use to make your budget. Okay, because that's the money you get before you start spending to pay the relevant bills that you have to pay. So it must be specific, it must be measurable, it must be achievable. It must be something you can accomplish financially given your current income. Too many persons try to live above their means within their families, within their household, which causes a strain on the relationship. If your family can't afford 2 cars, why you have 2 cars? Yeah. If your family can't afford 2 cars, why you have 2 cars? At the end of the month, you're struggling to insure, you're struggling to service, you're struggling to keep the car on the road, you're struggling to buy tires. After you insure a car and service the car and drive it to the car, you're struggling to buy food. Why you have 2 cars? You may have to sit down as a couple and discuss that. Okay, because guess what? That is costing the comfort and the ease of your relationship. So it must be achievable, it must be realistic. Okay, so even if it's achievable, guys, does it make sense in your current situation? I just mentioned about the 2 cars. Even though it is achievable, is it realistic? Okay, and some persons don't like to face the true facts. Some persons don't like to face the real hard truth. But on this channel, you get nothing but real talk. Is it realistic? No. Is it time-based? Your timeline will tell you guys whether your goal that you're setting is short-term, medium-term, or long-term. Your timeline will tell you these things. I want you guys to think about this as well. I want you guys to determine, as I said, your net income. Okay? Don't use your gross salary, your gross income to set a budget. It's not going to work. It's better you use your take-home pay, as we call it, because what your take-home pay is going to signify is how much money you have to spend. Okay, so it's better use your take-home pay. I want you guys to sit down and add up your mandatory expenses. Your mandatory expenses. Now, these are things that reoccur every single month. These are bills that you just have to pay. It doesn't matter. Light bill, utilities, mortgage, so rent, the travel expenses. These are bills that you guys have to pay. You guys have to sit down and come together and work out the expenses. Okay, the silent contribution sometimes doesn't go well. Okay, but when you sit down together as a couple and you work it through, you never know. You never know. All right, calculate how much you need to save. You have a goal in mind, you have some specific goals that you have outlined. You now need to sit down as a couple, calculate how much you need to save in order to get to that goal. Okay, and don't be afraid to sit down and talk about it. So guys, listen. This whole matter of financial talk with the relationship is critical. It's very important. And I want to suggest to you that you guys have to sit down, get a notepad. If you can't do it, just the two of you. Get a financial advisor. Get somebody with some financial experience that can help you to create a budget that will work, that will take the tension out of your relationship, take the conflict out of your relationship, and take the fear out of your relationship, because some partners don't like when other partners know their business. It takes the fear out of the relationship. So you guys can live good, you guys can live happy, you guys can have a great relationship with each other. And that is what it's all about. That's what we deal with here on Real Talk. Real life issues, real life situation. Real talk, guys.